Hello, everyone, and happy fall to you. I am dropping in on another Big Red Doors production to present to you our official launch of stewardship season this year, which will run through November 21st, which is the last Sunday in the season of Pentecost. That means we have the next 5 weeks to take an intentional look at what the season of stewardship and the spiritual practices which shape it are inviting us into this year. At a time of year that is focused on the fall harvest, it's also a fitting time to inventory our spiritual harvest as well, and to take some time to be grateful for each and every gift that we have received, in faith that anything good that we have comes from God. This year, our stewardship campaign relates to this very practice. It's called Every Perfect Gift, and it's based on James chapter 1, verse 17, which reads, "Every generous act of giving with every perfect gift comes from above." When we consider the best gifts we've been given in life, often it breeds a sense of gratitude which propels us to live in a more generous way. Sometimes the best gifts are actually not the ones with the highest financial value, but rather the ones that make the biggest impact in our lives, which are often unmeasurable by any sort of financial rubric. These are the kinds of gifts we're celebrating at St. John's this year. Especially in this 60th anniversary year, we're taking steps to remember these perfect gifts from above. Gifts of the community that has been sustained over the last 60 years. Gifts of all the spiritual nourishment and transformation that's taken place over the decades. Gifts of all of the prayers offered together to God for comfort in times of sorrow and for celebration in times of joy. And all of the ways that God's love has been present and made manifest in this place, and which has guided and filled our hearts along the way. These are good and perfect gifts from God. In the last year and a half that I have had the privilege of serving as your priest, and I have been able to see these abundance gifts flow from your hearts and from your hands. Even in the midst of so many long, arduous pandemic months of uncertainty, even in the midst of these economically uncertain times, I have witnessed so many of you step up in generous ways over and over again, each instance contributing to the possibility of the ongoing life of this congregation. You've given from your time and from your talents and from your treasures in ways that are too numerous to name in this moment, but which have sustained us every step of the way. Your generosity is evident and inspiring. It's truly an honor to experience the ways you've offered your perfect gifts from above. And this is the season to celebrate the beauty that has come from that and to build upon that into the year ahead. The invitation is simple. Begin to prayerfully consider the perfect gifts you've been given. Your time, your talent, your financial resources, and notice where the gratitude for those gifts leads you. The ministries and operations of this church are only possible because of the generosity you have already displayed. Giving from what you have to the glory of God and in service of one another. And it's my honor to invite you to continue that generosity as an act of gratitude to God for all of God's perfect gifts to us, even as we are sustained by them each and every day. So whether you're a serial pledger or whether you've never pledged in your entire life, would you please consider making a pledge for the 2022 calendar year. This will help us budget for all of the things that, together with God's help, we're called to do in service of God and in love of God, one another, and our community. And in the meantime, thank you. Thank you for all of the ways that you've already done this. God's blessings to you.